Welcome back again to LexV Designs. In this video today we're going to be learning how to draft and cut out this queen and neckline, and this is so simple to do. So let's get right into the video. So now I have my pattern paper and it's folded into two, so I want to quickly mark out my shoulder to my bust, which is 10, then to my under bust, which is 14. I'll just quickly mark it right now, and then I'll go ahead and mark my neck depth. For now I'm using a neck depth of 3, but I will still extend it with a sweetheart. Just as we go on you would understand better. So I have my neck depth of 3 marked out, my bust point and my under bust. Okay, so I'm just ruling across. I just have these 3 measurements right here. So my neckline depth, so the neckline depth I'm using is 3 inches for now, but altogether at the end of the day I will be using 6 inches. Okay, but for now what I'm working with is 3 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark my that's my nipple to nipple measurement, and that's 4.5. Okay, so I'll mark it all the way from my waist to the neckline. All right, where I have my 3 inches, or where I mark this. This neckline can vary, depends on how deep you want it to be, but I don't want mine to be that deep. Okay, so at this point I will also come out by 1/2 inch, and then at this other side that is facing, that's going to be facing the armhole, I came out by 1 inch. Okay, so at this point I have 1/2 inch, and here I have 1 inch. Okay, so right now I connected this from my waist to my under bust. Okay, now I came down under my bust point, I came down by 1 inch, and that's the point where I'm connecting this line to, because I'm using my curve rule. So I just used this curve rule, and it helped me to make a perfect curve. Okay, you can still use your free hand, but you can see that I came down under my bust point by 1 inch before I took this measurement. So I just want to tag it so that you don't get confused. So this is my neckline, my bust point, my under bust, and then my waist. Okay, now at this point I'll be marking 1/2 inch. Okay, at that my neckline area I'll be marking 1/2 inch at this point, and then I will also connect just slightly and easily. Okay, so after I connect this, all these parts that I connected, these parts, I'm just going to be cutting them out, but you will see how I will do that along the line. Okay, so I'll go ahead and mark my shoulder, and at 8 I marked my shoulder. I'll come down by 8 inches, and then I'll also mark my armhole line, and then I'll just do the basic thing, that's just ruling across and this. Okay, so after that I'll quickly use my armhole curve, just to save time instead of doing all this calculation of coming out by 1/2 inch and all that. Okay, I already marked the 1/2 inch, and then I just placed my curve rule here, and then I marked it. So you can see how it looks. The pattern paper is taking shape. So I'll go ahead and mark my neck width, and I'm using a neck width of 3.5. okay, now at this point, after this my lower dart, at that point where I have my lower dart, I will come out by 1/2 inch, just this way. You see the way I place my tip, then I'll connect this my neck width to this point with a slanted line. So you can see how it looks, very simple to do. Now at this other point I'll be measuring my actual neck depth, and what I'm using is 5, please. I said 6 before, but I changed my mind, I wanted to use 5. Okay, so I just did a small curve like this, just a small sweetheart neck, just the same way that you measure out your sweetheart. Now at this point I'm just marking 1/2 inch you saw the way I placed my tape, and this is just to avoid gaping when joining the dress when you're sewing on the main part on the main fabric. Okay, this pattern is what we're going to be using to place on top of our fabric to sew. Okay, now don't forget I have 1 inch here. To take my body measurement, I'm going to be replacing that 1 inch. Okay, I'm just going to replace the 1 inch. I have 10 inches plus that 1 inch. I'll mark at 11 inch. This is for my bust. What I'm doing is my bust divided by 4, which gave me 10 inches. Then I added the 1 inch for this point. So at this point I have 1.5. That means at my other bust, whatever be my measurement, I'm going to be adding back that 1.5 that I'm going to be removing at this point. Okay, so I have 8.5. So at the end of the day, I added the 1.5 inch. Okay, and then I marked it. And the same thing I will do around my waist area. I will return or restore back the 1.5 inches, okay, that I'm going to be removing when I'm cutting out. All right, then I'll just quickly connect the dots. Very easy. Okay, while I'm at this, if you're here to subscribe to my YouTube channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that when I upload a new video, you'll be the first to be notified, and so that this video can be recommended to other people. That's the essence of liking the video. Please go ahead and subscribe and like the video. Share me your comments, share me your feedback on this video. Okay, so right now what I just did was that I just added extra 1 inch on each of the sides, and this is for my sewing allowance. Okay, you can do 1.5, you can do 2 inches. It depends on what you are, how much sewing allowance that you work with. So I'm just working with 1 inch for this particular pattern. So this is it. Okay, you can see that this is very, very easy. I'm just marking out the parts that I'm going to be cutting out. These ones are not necessary, and then this front part, the neck area, is not necessary. You will just see them along the line how I'm cutting them out. Okay, and then my shoulder slant, I'm sorry I forgot it, but I'm just going to add it because I already added it when I was coming down with my armhole line. Okay, so I just went ahead and then marked my shoulder slant, and then I'll just cut it out. So please just watch me how I'm cutting out this pattern carefully. Whenever you're doing yours, please ensure to do this carefully so you don't make minor mistakes or major mistakes. Okay, so guys, while I'm cutting this, let me explain something to you. So to avoid this video from being too long, I would cut this video so that we can just have this pattern on this particular video on this part, while I'll upload a part 2 of the video where I'm doing the main sewing, so that I can also direct you on how to sew this very simple blouse or gown, no matter what you want to turn it to. Okay, so I really appreciate that we have watched up to this point. These are the pattern papers that are just necessary. Only these pieces are important, so please take a good look at them, and thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Always come back for more, because there will always be more. Thank you.